Thanks for staying with us. So in Lagos, the news of building collapsing has become a usual occurrence over the weekend. A 7-story building under construction in Lekki area was reported to have collapsed, with 2 people confirmed dead and several others trapped. Speaking on the rescue operation is Dr. Oluwafemi Osanyitolu, the Permanent Secretary of Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, on the updates. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
So before I even ask you the why, could you confirm indeed there are 2 deaths and what exactly happened on Sunday at the collapse? How many people have survived and how many people were confirmed dead?
Well, we were informed at 3:15 and we activated our emergency response plan. We were able to recover 2 bodies. And, you know, the operation is still going. But, however, when we got to the scene, we were informed by one of the workers that there are 6 people that were trapped inside that rubbles. And we use a lot of techniques and technology using a DELSA. There's an equipment that we have, which we call DELSA, will detect any living person under the rubbles. And we use that, we use it to comb that zone at different levels, both up, down, inside, and we did a lot of probing. We did not detect any living person. But despite that fact, we still rely on the information given to us. And we now said, operationally, that zone, that the time that the people were trapped, we call it outer zone. Where the people are not, we call it middle zone. And the inner side, where we were informed that it was a storage angle, we call it inner zone. So at the outer zone, we use different technology, techniques, different apparatus. We use what we call hammer pinhole excavator, and we move in from the top to the ground zero yesterday morning. And at the 3rd level, that is where we recovered 2 bodies. And we moved straight to the ground zero at that area. We did not detect any other people. And at the operational middle level, we got to level 2, and we use a pinhole tool to declare whether there's anybody in there. We did not. And at the inner level, we moved to ground 1. We put a lot of things there. We did not. But you see, when you are talking in terms of search and rescue operation, you must get to ground zero in all levels, and we are still doing that. My team are still on the ground since yesterday. We are moving steadily to ground zero.
Just to clarify, you said that using your equipment, you didn't detect any living body.
We did not.
Okay, so does that mean that they could be dead, or you mean that there's no human body in the rubble?
No, they could be dead.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? They could be dead. The dead side will not detect whether anybody is dead. Okay. But it will detect if you are still alive. Okay. You get what I'm saying? And we have a drone that we flew in yesterday to come around the place to check.
How long is the rescue mission supposed to take?
Well, when you are talking about rescue mission, it doesn't take any, you can't say 5-10 minutes, because more painstaking in ensuring that you get to ground zero. It could be 2, it could be 3. It depends on the type of the terrain. So you can't be specific. It depends on different type of disaster and different types of terrain.
Yeah, I read somewhere yesterday that response wasn't swift as at the time that collapse happened. How quick? When did you receive the? Well,
I disagree with that, because the most interesting thing is that the Oniru of Oniru activated our response plan, and the response plan was activated at 3:15 a.m. That is when we got the distress call, and I moved to the scene. I got to number 1. When it was activated by 3:15 a.m., we have the local committee and we have the zonal office, which is close by. They move in and commence the search and rescue, I think, around 3:20, because if you look at our Lekki base and that place, it's just about 5 minutes. And they move in, they started combing using different technology. We moved our heavy, can't you see that hammer something being used at that something? You can see it's different from the normal excavator. Now, let me now point it out. We moved all this excavator from our Kappa base. They got there less than 20 minutes. And they were ushered in with our bikes. And fortunately for us, it was around 3:15. There was not much go-slow traffic. So, and I got to the scene at 3:25 a.m.
10 minutes.
Yeah. So you can see technically that when my zonal officer was there and I got in there 3:25, you will discover that that timing, while my people got there, is about 5 minutes. While I got there, is about 3:25 minutes, and I got there with all the heavy duties. Something.
You got in your pajamas?
And prior to that, excuse me.
You get in your pajamas. It's 10 minutes. You get a call. 10 minutes. That's you in your pajamas.
Now, let me tell you something. We are always prepared for any form of emergency. You get what I'm trying to say? And you will know, I've been trained in this for over 30 years. So you discover that morning, afternoon, I will always take my time. So by midnight, I will always prepare for any form of emergency. You know, I'm a medical doctor. I will always be reading during that time. So immediately anything occur, I just get into, I'll be like a Boy Scout, be prepared. I just get into my vehicle and I will move on, because all my jackets, all my PPE are inside my vehicle.
Right.
And my vehicle that I will use for the operation are always at alert. And my drivers works 24 hours.
Okay, you know, honestly, every time I hear you, I have no doubt about your desire to respond at the earliest time and your passion for your job. But one of the things that doctors will tell you is prevention is better than trying to cure a challenge. You know?
Yes.
And it helps us to raise awareness and deal with the issues before it becomes a problem. So this is another case where a building was already marked.
Yes.
They had already said this is not a conducive building, and yet it was sealed open until a collapse that resulted in 2 lives being lost. How are you dealing with getting buildings that are already sealed never to be open until it's been properly certified conducive?
Okay, now let's look at it holistically. Now, number one, the building has been sealed. There must be a reason why that building is sealed. And you see, when we are talking about disaster comes with a multi-factors. And you know, right now, this is a man-made disaster. So the constant K in that is the habits of our people. You see, let's be honest with ourselves. We are part of the government. This is a democratic government. It's the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So we must realize that safety of life and property should be in our hands. You won't believe it, that Thursday, this Thursday, the Oniru of Oniru was shouting that this building is about to collapse. And they sealed the place up. The people of the building controlling agency moved to the scene.
So what happened?
The recklessness of our people. Do you know what? The place was sealed up. The place was locked up. And at night, they went there to go and sleep.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying? So you can say that the government, under the watch of Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, has done the needful here.
All right.
But the most important thing is our people need to change their behavior. That is the factor in here.
Right. Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure. At least I'm happy that we have the equipment for this. And we only hope that our people also do better.
Yes.
So when the building is sealed, I think we need a campaign. As you and the other agencies involved must do a proper sensitization.
You are part of us. So you should help us talk to the people. People need to change their attitude. People need to put safety into their hands. People need to realize that emergency management is everywhere.
Some of these workers, they don't speak English, they don't speak Yoruba, they don't speak our languages. They're coming from either Togo. So these are people that we need to sensitize. So these are workers you're bringing in from all over the world. You need to really sensitize and let them know. Once it is sealed, don't go in there. But there's a lot of work that has to be done. That's all we can take. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this update.
Thank you very much.
How is Charlie?
Charlie is there. We've moved in our Charlie there. We moved in our lives there. And the Super Eagle was really on the ground.
All right. Let's go on a break. When we come back, move on to other stories. Stay with us. We'll be right back.